to the banks of the Red Cedar, where there's a school that's known to all. Its specialty is winning. Boy, do they hope the Spartans play good ball. East Lansing ready for this showdown in home-standing Michigan State. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Washington Huskies taking on the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Childs. Got a man, it's Frazier. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Kelly. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Out of the gun to give to the back. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down. This is what Spartan running backs do. They get behind their pads. They move the chains. Le'Veon Bell among many who've been great at that.
And Kenneth Walker, man, you pulled back a couple years ago. Such a great season, too. But just that's their physicality. That's the brand that they've had. That's what their coaches embrace. You know, not being the quote-unquote main team in their state, but they're going to hit you in the face and they're going to play physical.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. To the air. It's Childs. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
And the Spartans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Catch in the middle. It's McCray. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
The give out of the gun. Breaks the tackle. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Grab behind the line. It's Kelly. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
We're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that 1st down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And it's been a rough start for this defense. They've given up too many yards, a 3rd down right there, but a good chance to bow your neck now, to make a statement. 1st and goal, we got to be physical, got to stop the run game, get a chance to make a stop on this 1st possession and force a field goal.
And the Spartans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Sparty! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
He'll bring it out. It's Washington. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll leave it with him. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Give to the running back. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on 3rd down. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown in the opening round.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. With the catch, it's marked. That's where they'll mark him. A very productive play and a first down.
Really nice job on that throw, just giving his guy an opportunity to catch the ball. It kind of reminds me about Bill Burke, a guy I played against back in the Citrus Bowl when I was playing. He was throwing to Plaxico Burress, and he just kept putting the football in Plax's range, and we just couldn't stop the two of them. They went up and down the field on us all day long throwing it. If you just give your guy a chance like he did right there, I don't know if this defense can stop it.
Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking for a man. It's Childs. Buying some time. Snagged in the middle. It's Bullard. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
The Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got the back over the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to the air on second and short. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. And the Spartans come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Wants to throw on third down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's involved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the option. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan State has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Williams will pass. He's got the tight end. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a first and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Boston.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The Huskies have a lot of options on second and inches. Handoff to the lone back. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, haul it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the Huskies are flying down the field. Off play action on first down. He tries to take the top off. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll move the tight end. They'll run play action. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. He cannot get there, it'll be fourth down.
Well, that time on third and long, they just took what the defense gave them. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up fourth.
Maybe a little long for a field goal, definitely too short to punt. Not much of a choice here as they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets drilled as he throws, the big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. They'll go back to the ground. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Physical running style. Maybe the patron saint of that for Michigan State is T.J. Duckett.
Oh, the big fella. And that reminds me of Michigan State football. That's who they are, right? The physicality. They're gonna be blue collar. They're gonna roll up their sleeves, and make no mistake, every game you play against them, if you don't match the physical challenge, you will lose.
You know, outbreaking routes can make some play callers nervous, but not this guy. When you have a quarterback that throws it on time and puts it out in front of his receiver like that, as a coordinator and play caller, you can call that route all day.
To throw, it's Childs. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The noise bouncing off of Sparty's armor as they encourage the green and white on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Boston. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Quickly complete. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Just going to keep it after the snap. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Williams looking for a man. Now improvising. Got his man on the right. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
Man, I I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fuller. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Finding open areas. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
They went with the QB design run. The quarterback knew where the marker was to get that first. He dove out. He was trying to get the ball to that point. Just couldn't quite get there.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to pass. It's Childs. Quick strike complete. Fighting off the defender. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
The Spartans will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Quarterbacks work so hard on those mechanics, but sometimes things start moving fast and they get away from you.
But it does, and when you get on that back foot, a lot of times that ball's going to drift, and you're not coming through the target, so you're not putting enough mustard on it to get it to finish through your target and the ball to get there in a hurry. So all those mechanics are things you work on, but you're right. When you put a defense in front of you, it kind of changes that thing a little bit.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And he had just enough to will that one home. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Give to the single back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They want to run it left here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Williams will pass. Rushes on him. Trying to make magic with his feet. Across the 45. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half. So now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Evans.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends hanging the decibel meter on third down. Williams looking for a man. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Kelly. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
And the Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Fires into traffic. Picked off. Trying to take it back. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick.
Man, what great discipline by this defense. They didn't sit on route short. They take a shot down the field on 3rd and short. Questionable shot, probably. Nice job being disciplined and getting the interception.
Yeah, and just because you have the shot play called on 3rd down like that as a quarterback, that doesn't give you the freedom to just throw it down there if he's not open.
And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Washington. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out. It's Kelly. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. He unleashes a long one. He's got it on the outside. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. When you drop dimes like that, you're right. There is a school that's known to all, and it's on the banks of the Red Cedar.
And that will get Kirk Cousins breaking out the bling-bling and doing the dances. But I'll tell you what, when they can find a guy that can continue to make plays off of play action and be that game manager, I think Michigan State can have a great season.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Looking for a man. It's Childs. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive. But now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Throws to the wideout. Can't meet the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The Spartans decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
To the ground with the back. Powers ahead, gets 4, he's down at the 10.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Williams will pass. Oh, they're after him. He's trying to escape and get it himself. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Washington sends out the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and look for room. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Michigan State State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. He'll start this drive firing. Flips it out to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Makes the grab on the left. Creates a little space. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Childs. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And for the 2nd time in this game, he'll try to knock through a field goal. This one a 41-yarder. He splits the uprights. They double their lead up to 6 here in the 3rd quarter. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Makes the quick grab. Down the 35, he's got room. There he goes to the left. Rams him with the stiff arm. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Sparty's defensive front is dominating, and they have a great history of doing that.
Yeah, getting after the quarterback, man, getting off the football, getting upfield, being disruptive, being a great defense that can stop the run and find the quarterback. Man, that's what you'd like to see if you're a Spartans fan.
And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Bringing the heat. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
And I love this defense continues to get home and bring pressure. Another sack. Their 3rd sack of the game. They just keep applying pressure, and it's working. Do not stop.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds his back in the middle. They wrestle it down at the 16-yard line. A 3rd down stop. Now to see what they do on 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And he Throws that thing just inside the left upright. The lead down to just 3, 20-17. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Childs. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle, it's Marsh. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Bellick. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Motion from the wide receiver. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's McCray. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today, and we know if it gets close in the fourth quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Bellick. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Looking to throw, it's Childs. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Got some room to run. He's at the touchdown, Huskies. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play of the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. The big thing now don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
That's reeled in. It's Frazier. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
They'll try to power their way ahead. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
Lets it fly, and it's picked off for the fourth time today. Looking for more room. Inside the 30. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Williams looking for a man. And that one's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football team.
From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Green. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
The best goal line and red zone offenses are always the ones that can run the football. And here's an opportunity for this offense, down close to the goal line late, see if they can punch one in and take a commanding lead.
They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Quarterback will keep it. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. This defense has stood tall 3 straight times. If they stop them again, this could be a huge momentum shift.
Yeah, and listen, you don't care about the yards. You get down here in the red zone, this is where you got to be stout, forcing the 4th down. Now you're just saying, hey, you want to go for it? Bring it.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Yeah, he looks short on that play, and the quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust him because the quarterback gets the ball right away, but that defensive line was having none of it. Failed 4th down. Big-time stop for this defense.
Back to throw, it's Childs. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. There he goes. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Just when you think you have this offense pinned down, they come up with a play like that, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 35. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the 1st down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And that's luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions.
Touchdown, Michigan State! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Really good execution by this offense late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up, it's what you dream about, but now our defense has to go on the field and give me one more stop.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone. It's Washington. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Williams will pass. Release to the back. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. And back to the air on 2nd down. He's going to take off. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. Could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the...
Turning it on! He's at the 10. Touchdown, Washington! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Childs. He wants a big play here late. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky.